Dear cherished child, pause here, please pause here. The things I'm about to share will completely shift your perspective, dear child. I notice your faith wavering due to the events in your life. I see the doubts growing within you, your soul trembling under the burden of uncertainty. I see the quiet prayers you say when no one is around and the tears you shed at night, believing no one sees, but I do see, I hear, I know, and I'm not far away. You might think I've forgotten about you because of the silence or turned my face away since the answers you need haven't arrived yet. But oh, precious one, you're mistaken. I have never moved. I have never looked away. I have been closer than your breath, nearer than your heartbeat. You don't need to shout to be heard by me. Even the smallest whispers and songs in my ears resonate. Although your life may seem fragmented and uncertain to you, it is being carefully and intentionally held together by my hand. Nothing escapes my notice, no pain is wasted, no step is without meaning, even your delays are divine, and your struggles are sacred. The exact thing you call setbacks are just preparations for the revelation of my greatness in your life. You see a storm, but I see clear skies coming next. You see a wall, but I see an open door awaiting. You see an ending, but I see the beginning hidden within it. Your view is limited and shaped by time and emotion. But I am more than that. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the one who sees the whole picture while you're on a single road. I am the one who measures eternity in my hands while you're anxious about tomorrow. You're trying hard to understand why things happen the way they did. You replay scenes, revisit memories, seek answers where there are only echoes. But dear child, you were never meant to carry that burden alone. Give to me what you can't make sense of, trust me with it. What has broken you, let me heal. I know you wanted things to turn out differently. I know you had plans and dreams that are now scattered pieces. I know you feel abandoned by the very moments you hoped would bring your joy. But listen, the moments you've experienced, though painful, have a purpose. Trust in me as you navigate through them. I'm not only the God of mountain peaks, but also the God of valleys. I don't just dwell in answered prayers, I dwell in silence too. I don't just speak, I communicate in stillness. I don't just work, I create in the waiting. Just because you can't see the full picture doesn't mean it isn't being painted. The brush is still in my hand, the story is still unfolding. You are not forgotten, not forsaken, not alone. Every detail of your life has been written with purpose. Even your pain will praise me when redemption is complete. You say, God, I don't feel strong enough. And I respond, you don't have to be, I am your strength. You say, I'm afraid of what's coming. And I respond, I go before you. You say, what if I fail? And I respond, I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. You say, I don't see a way. And I respond, I am the way. Your circumstances may be loud, but listen to the quiet whisper of my spirit within you. I have not left your side, not even once when you walked through fire. I was the coolness in the flame when you were drowning. In sadness, I was the breath that kept you afloat when you considered giving up. It was my unseen hand holding you aloft. There's more for you than what you've lost. There's more ahead than what lies behind. Don't let your past dictate your identity. Don't let failure define your faith. I am not seeking perfection. I am drawing your heart nearer to mine. Let me love you through this. Let me mend the fractured parts. Let me demonstrate how even ashes can give birth to beauty. Stop striving for control over every outcome. Stop measuring your worth by pain's lens. I am present in confusion, in process, in dark moments, shaping your dawn. Faith, my child, is not the absence of doubt. It's the courage to trust me amidst it. Trust isn't built in comfort. It's forged in fire, storms, deserts, nights when you feel I am distant. But every trial is teaching your spirit to rely less on self-understanding and more on me. You believe I am silent, yet I speak. Despite each pause, you think nothing's shifting, but work is being done within the heart's soil. Roots thrive even when it seems still. Strength is forged in secret, glory grows in hidden places. Your tears irrigate what's new. Don't gauge my love by events around. Instead, measure it by the cross, the empty tomb, the blood shed before you drew breath. My love isn't circumstantial. It's covenantal, eternal, unmovable, immovable still. Stop fleeing, stop hiding, stop striving to gain what's already yours. You are mine. Enough is enough. You've always been enough, not due to merit, but by my mercy. Yes, I see your flaws, hear your doubts, know every vulnerability, yet still I picked you, and today I still pick you. I've penned your name on my hands, carried you through storms unseen, won't stop now or evermore. You say you're weary, let me bear the weight. You say you're tired, let me be your strength and rest. I'll show you the way, lost one. You say you're shattered, I'll mend you. Type 222 to claim it. You think yourself unworthy, I call you cherished. You believe God doesn't see you as enough, but my grace is sufficient. Let me breathe life into your barren places. Let me whisper hope where hopelessness has lingered too long. Let me speak truth where lies have bound you. You are not defined by what's happened to you. You are defined by what I've done for you, child. If only you could see through my eyes when I gaze upon you. You see your scars, but I see your story, your weakness as your purpose. You see the mess, but I see my creation. My beloved child, weary and worn from trying to shoulder burdens beyond your strength, listen carefully. I haven't called you to walk alone. I know how much pain you carry, the turmoil in your heart, the doubts that whisper softly in your ear, and the struggle between faith and fear. But remember, I understand, and I am not disappointed in you for your wavering faith. Not my dearest one, I don't judge your trembling heart. I draw it nearer instead, have you forgotten? You're not the first to feel this way, to question, to weep, to wonder if I am truly with you when everything around you falls apart. The heroes of faith you now admire, they too had their doubts. They too knelt in uncertainty, questioning whether I heard them. Yet I loved them, carried them, called them mine, just like I call you mine now. Do you recall Abraham? I asked him to leave all he knew, his homeland, family, security, and venture into the unknown. He obeyed, but he didn't understand. I promised him descendants as countless as the stars, yet year after year passed, and still no child came. Can you fathom the doubts in his heart, the wavering of his faith during seasons of silence? And yet, even in his moments of doubt, even when he took matters into his own hands, I didn't rescind my promise. I fulfilled it because my word never falters and I never forget what I've spoken over you. And then, was Moses a man who once doubted his own voice so much that he begged me to send someone else? Who am I that I should go? He asked. He didn't see what I saw in him. He looked at his flaws, his failures, his past, and assumed he was disqualified. But I was not looking at his past, I was looking at his heart. My child, I use the willing, not the perfect. I use the ones who come to me honestly, even with trembling hands and uncertain steps. Even my prophet Elijah, the one who called fire from heaven and witnessed my power in ways few ever have, even he found himself in a cave afraid and exhausted, asking for death after great victory. He still found himself in despair, but I did not scold him. I whispered to him. I revealed myself not in the earthquake, not in the fire, but in the still small voice, because I know what the weary soul needs. Not more noise, but gentleness, and not pressure, but presence. And what about David, the one I called a man after my own heart? He danced before me with joy, but he also poured out his sorrow. He cried, "My God, why hast thou forsaken me?" But I did not abandon him. I was with him always, even in his darkest hour. God, my God, my God, why have you forsaken me? Long before those same words were spoken from the cross, David felt the pain of abandonment, but he still turned towards me even when he didn't comprehend. And I received every cry, treasured every tear, because I want your sincerity, not your presentation. You think you must approach me only when your faith is robust. But I say, come even when it's fragile, come even when your voice trembles, come even when you're uncertain about what to believe. I am not a distant deity waiting for your perfection. I am a present Father inviting your submission. Then there was Job, my servant, who lost everything, his children, wealth, health. He sat in ashes and cried out in confusion. He did not hide his sorrow from me. He asked the tough questions, and though he did not understand the reason for his suffering, he still declared, "Though he may kill me, yet will I trust him." I was not offended by Job's questions, nor angered by his grief. I was with him in it. And in the end, I revealed myself to him more deeply than ever before, not because of his questions, but because of his unwavering trust. Figured everything out, but because he clung on even when his hands shook. Your shaking doesn't disqualify you. It shows that your heart is still reaching for me. Let me remind you of Peter, my disciple. Oh, how he loved me, and yet when the night grew dark and fear took hold, he denied me 3 times, not once, but 3 times. And still, when I rose from the grave, I sought him out. I didn't cast him away. I didn't replace him. I restored him. Do you love me? I asked, not to shame him, but to remind him that love was still enough. I placed a calling on his life even after failure. I trusted him to feed my sheep. You see, I am not building your life upon perfection, but upon grace. Thomas, another disciple, doubted even my resurrection. He said, "Unless I see the wounds, I will not believe." And when I appeared, I did not rebuke him. I invited him to touch my scars. I met him in his doubt, and I will meet you in yours. There is no shame in struggling to believe, only the invitation to encounter me more deeply. I never fear your questions. I never shy away from them. Turn away from your doubts. I embrace them because I want you to know me, not just through others' words, but personal experiences. I want to reveal my true self to you. Let us not forget Gideon, who called himself the least of all when I told him he was a mighty warrior. He laughed in disbelief, asking for signs and doubting my call. Still, I used him powerfully because I don't choose based on strength, but surrender. Hannah, the woman whose tears drenched her prayers, poured out her anguish before me. Others misunderstood her, thinking she was drunk, but I knew she was broken. I accepted her offering of pain and opened her womb not only for her sake, but to bring forth a prophet among my people. Type, God is good if you love God. Over and over again, I have been the God who meets my people not in the absence of doubt, but in the midst of it. I have spoken into barrenness, exile, prison cells, lions' dens, and fiery furnaces. I have walked with the lonely, wept with the grieving, stood with the accused. I have always been near to those who need me. Heartbroken, and now here you are, another valuable soul thinking your wavering faith is a flaw that separates you from me. But I tell you this, your awareness of your weakness is the doorway to deeper intimacy. When you acknowledge your need, then you can fully receive my strength. When you stop pretending you have it all together, then I can truly move you. You think your shaky faith disqualifies you, but I say it draws me closer. You think your questions put you outside of my will, but I say your honesty is the beginning of wisdom. You think I'm angry with you, but my child, my heart is filled with compassion. Remember the man who cried out to Jesus, "I believe, help my unbelief." That cry still echoes in the chambers of heaven because it is a cry I will never ignore. He believed, and yet he also doubted, and I did not reject him. I responded. I moved in power not because of perfect faith, but because of a sincere heart. Even my own son, as he bore the weight of the world, cried out, "My God, why have you forsaken me?" He entered the depths of human sorrow not to escape it, but to conquer it. Redeem it, and in that cry, he gave you permission to bring me your raw pain, your deepest questions, your unfiltered grief, for I'm a God who knows suffering. I'm a God who stepped into it, familiar with pain. I know the road you're on is tough and your heart is weary, but remember, I'm still writing your story, not done yet. Don't fear the shaking, it often removes what's unneeded. Shaking helps roots grow deeper, faith to become real. Let me refine you, strip away false comforts and idols. Be your anchor when nothing else is steady. I'm unshakable in a world that's unstable. I'm not asking for fearlessness, but trust in the fear. I'm not asking for full understanding, just to walk with me anyway. To release your feelings, I'm asking you to pour them out to me. Let your heart rhythm against mine. Let your tears drip into my hands. This isn't the end of your journey, it's your evolution. It's not your downfall, it's your growth. I am crafting something everlasting in you, and though you can't see the complete picture now, one day you'll look back and say, "Indeed, the Lord was with me in that place." So keep coming, keep crying, keep believing, even if that belief is small as a mustard seed. I can do more with your little genuine faith than with a lifetime of hollow routines. Just give me your consent, even if it's trembling. My child, I know what you need before you ask. I know what you dread before you speak. I know your frame, that you are dust, and I love you still. My love isn't lessened by your frailty. Instead, it's amplified in it. When you feel you cannot pray, I am interceding for you. When you feel too weak to worship, your very breath is praise. When you have nothing left to offer but silence, even that I receive, you are not less holy. Due to your struggles, you're not less chosen. When you cry, you're not less loved. Even in doubt, you're still mine. Your faith shaking doesn't weaken my affection for you. Now I invite you to find peace in me. Find solace in knowing that I see and cherish you fully. Believe in the truth. I won't abandon you. Trust in the assurance. I'll complete what I started in you. I've guided generations through wars and deserts. I've led my children by fire and cloud, promise and provision. I've walked long roads with the broken, ashamed, and uncertain, and I walk it now with you. Lift your eyes even when the world is dark. My light has not vanished, it still shines brightly. Even in long nights, dawn is certain. When your steps falter, I sustain you. I won't abandon you, I hold on to you firmly. The shaking isn't a sign of my departure, it's a sign that I'm near. Removing what's temporary allows what's eternal to thrive. You're being refined, not rejected. You're being molded, not broken. When doubts resurface, and they might, return to me. To my word, return to my heart. Let my spirit remind you that I've never faltered and I won't begin now. One day, when the storm subsides from this vantage point, you'll speak to others. Type 1111 if you love God, Jesus. From this place you'll say, I too once doubted, I too once fell, but he never abandoned me. And your testimony will be healing for the wounded, a light for the lost, hope for the hopeless. Because I'm not just penning your story, I'm penning it for others too. Through your weakness, they'll see my strength, through your brokenness, my beauty. Or through your surrender, they'll encounter my salvation. So, fear not the shaking, you're not disintegrating, you're being rebuilt. Not according to your fears, but according to my promise, not according to your plan, but according to my purpose. And my purpose is good, it's certain, it's unshakable. You are my beloved, always have been, always will be, even now, especially now. I am with you, and I will never ever leave. Amen. Thanks for watching this God message. May God, Jesus, will grant you abundance in every aspect of your life. Type 222 if you agree.